My name is Allison Arculus. I am in my third year of my Bachelor of Arts honors specialization in history with a French minor, and I'm also doing a concurrent BEd. So I knew about Nipissing. I knew I wanted to be a teacher, and I knew about Nipissing because of their great reputation for the education program. But what really sealed the deal for me was actually the professors. When I was still information gathering, I had reached out to professors at various different universities, and the Nipissing profs were about the only professors to actually respond back to me in like 2 days. And this is over the summer, so I was quite impressed. And that attitude continued into the open houses. The first time I met Dr. Stephen Connor, our history professor, he was just interested in me as a person, interested in supporting me, answering any questions I had, regardless of if I came here or not. And I realized then that, yeah, they'll support me in any endeavor. And I was like, oh my God, the slogan is right. This is right where I belong. So my favorite class that I took was with Dr. Nathan Kozaskonich called the History of American Music. And it was such an unorthodox teaching method that he had, and I loved it. Because even on the days where I didn't really want to go to school or I was feeling down, I walked into that class and it's like Def Leppard is playing and we're doing the history of hair metal. It was just amazing. It is an incredibly supportive program in terms of my academic and career goals. Again, all the professors are so incredibly supportive here. You reach out with questions and they are willing to answer it. You go into their office and you want to go down a rabbit hole of history, they are there for that. So several times I've reached out to my professors who have an expertise in a particular field. For example, Dr. Katrina Swigley and I have been conversing back and forth about the impact of World War I on Indigenous communities and more specifically Indigenous women. And these are all things that I'm adding into my lesson plans, and she's helping me develop a pedagogy for those kinds of things. I balance my academic personal life with calendars. Calendars are your best friend. I cannot emphasize that enough. If you, at the beginning of the semester, put all of your stuff into a calendar, you can see the entire semester, and it helps you stay ahead on things. You can see if you have a busy week, you can just get ahead in those things. I have learned that quite a lot this year when I became the president of the Nipissing University History Society. Planning events ahead, plotting them ahead, blocking out time for yourself. It's incredibly important to stay on top of things that way. In terms of personal life, I make sure that I make time for me, because if I can't be completely there as myself, I cannot be completely there as a student. So I have a rule: I do not work past 8 p.m. and I take at least one day off on the weekends. Just get out in nature, go out with friends, anything to help. My favorite part about the history program at Nipissing is the vast amount of support we have here and the community that the professors and students have built. I feel comfortable going to any of my professors if I'm having trouble academically or personally and reaching out and saying, I need help. And they are always willing to do that. They are encouraging you to reach out. They want to see you succeed. So having that, the professors in my corner, and also the community of students here, everyone is very welcoming, very supportive, very trusting. They're all very nice. My #1 piece of advice that I would give to incoming students is reach out to your professors. If you are struggling, reach out for help. There are support systems here. University can be tough. You do not need to make it tougher by isolating yourself from people who want to help you. So I did an experiential learning class, or I guess more so an experience outside of the classroom, and it was by Dr. Jamie Merton, and it was a history class called Food and Land. And it was really intriguing because part of the class was like lecture seminar format, standard for history. But the other part of that class was actually working in the community garden in North Bay, the gathering place, and all the food there goes to those struggling with food insecurity. And it was really nice to get involved in something bigger than myself. And I had a really good time with all the people just harvesting crops and laughing and getting sunburned.